of stuff.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Sophia. Welcome back.
Hi there.
Before we begin, just want to let you know that this is our last session together.
Yeah.
So we might spend some time to review what have been things, the good things or even like positive things that happened to you since the beginning till now. And also just want to check in how was your week been together with Sophie. Since last week we talked about you spending some time to be her coach and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think the week went well. We had some nice time together. I showed her
Nice.
some old SpongeBob episodes. I don't know what she thought of those.
They were really funny.
Yeah?
Oh.
And then we did a weight training session with the boys, and that seemed to go well. I'd say overall it was a good week.
When you say we, what do you mean? Who are the?
Her and I spent time together, watching SpongeBob, and then her and I joined her father and her brothers to do some weight training.
Oh,
And she
wow.
showed me some of the basics. She's a very good teacher. She's really good at explaining things.
Yeah, some of my brothers aren't very good at doing the exercises.
Well, they didn't have you as a teacher. They had your dad. The boys kind of split off and started being like masculine, like throwing medicine balls at the wall and trying to lift heavy things. And I don't know. She taught me the basics, and that was fun.
That sounds great. It sounds like all the family members were there and had fun all together.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a fun time.
How was this togetherness feel like for both of you? Because in the past was like that was for her and you more likely for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was really nice to have kind of a week where instead of focusing on correction, I was more focused on connection.
Right.
I think the last time when we were assigned, my husband and I were assigned to switch roles, it was more like, I was more task oriented, but this week it was more about like, showing her a little bit about like what it was like when I was a kid and letting her show me a little more of what she's interested in, rather than just making sure she gets to and from practice on time. And I think that made a difference.
That's beautiful. Sophie, how was it like for you to be all together, that all the dad, mom, and brothers were at your practice?
I liked having Mom all to myself.
Oh.
It was nice. And my dad was still like doing some of my exercises with me, which was cool. But it was also really fun to do it better than my brothers.
Yeah, she would like point over, she's like, you're not supposed to do that. And she'd like watch them. And I'm like, oh, why aren't you supposed to do that? And she's like, they're gonna get hurt.
What do you think the boys feel this whole event together?
I think they had fun. You know, when we were doing our SpongeBob stuff, the boys and their dad like left the house.
Oh, where did they
I
go?
don't know. Like, I heard them all, like, they were just kind of hanging out in the kitchen, and they were like, okay, let's go. And then they all piled in the truck and just drove off. And I texted my husband, I was like, where are you going? He's like, boys and I are going out. We'll be back in a few hours. And they came back, and they were all snickering and laughing, and I was like, what happened? And they're like, oh, it's boy stuff, we can't tell you. So, but I mean, everyone was fine. No one was hurt. They, like, I haven't seen my husband that relaxed in a very long time. So I think they had a good week.
That sounds like really a positive outcome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like all of you have a really great time together, and togetherness at the same time as boys and like girls time.
Yeah.
In terms of like the future outlook,
Mhm.
what do you want to see more? Like the pictures that you just told me about from last week, or like in the past, or what? What will it be like for you? And also Sophia, how would you want to see your family more in the future?
I would be happy with seeing more weeks like this. I mean, I think that whatever, I feel like they went on a hike or something, I don't know. But like, whatever the boys got up to kept them entertained and engaged enough that like, Brandon wasn't quite as broody. He was like wanting to talk to his dad and like wanting to hang out with his brother, but like not trying to like sneak his brother out of the house or anything like that. And so it was just an easier week in general. And then I think we had a lot of fun. I know that we have a big shopping trip planned for getting some gear and some clothes for summer. See if we can find some SpongeBob themed stuff.
For the whole family or just for the girls?
Well, I mean, the toys will be for everyone. I think we need some squirt guns and some floaties, like just some new beach equipment. Ours is kind of old and for younger kids, and I think that, especially since she's gonna be a tween here soon, we just need an update on some of the beach gear we have, so we're gonna go do that, and yeah, it'll be for the family, and she can help me with that.
Thank you for sharing that. What about Sophie?
Like about shopping?
What would you like to see more of? I think she's
Yeah, the
she
whole
has.
family.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, Travis told me he saw a tarantula, so he probably did go hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be fun for us all to go hiking together, I think.
But there are tarantulas? I don't know why
That's
I
what
went to
he
this
said.
state.
But that would be fun. I feel like more time with my mom would be cool. I'm like really excited to go shopping. Like especially for like some new leotards maybe. But yeah, I think it was like fun to hang out with my brothers too. Yeah.
I'm hearing that we want to spend time with moms more, also want to spend time together as a whole family, hiking with the brothers too. That sounds great. And let me get back to mom. How does this switching role with your husband like to you, and what would you want to see more, and what would you want to like see less, those kind of things?
I think that we're probably not going to get to a point where like we're switching roles entirely. I honestly think that we could definitely do a lot more asking Sophie what she wants than we have in the past, because he's really good at making sure that she can succeed where she wants to succeed in gymnastics. He's strong and he can spot her when she's trying new floor things and when she tries them at home. But I also think that it could be good for Sophie to develop a broader range of interests. I don't want that to sound like I want you to do less gymnastics. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just want to make sure that gymnastics is still fun for you and that you are having fun, because I know that gymnastics can get intense and I know that Dad can get intense, and like I just want to make sure that you have time and room to be a kid. So I think that I can do more of that. I think that my husband can kid around with the boys more, and I'm more able to kid around with my daughter.
I'm hearing that it sounds like it works well, this
Yeah.
switching role, and
Yeah.
you feel like you could do more, like still
Yeah.
acknowledge that you can do some part for the boys and your husband still have part for Sophie, but at the same time you also can get involved more in her life to
Yeah.
make sure that she has a wider range of interests, not just gymnastic.
Yeah. And I also think that, like, with the boys being teenagers, they don't want to listen to their mom anymore. But there's a chance that if their dad has a better relationship with them, they could listen to him. Brandon's always saying that I sound like blah, blah, blah. So if that's how I'm sounding to him, then, and if his dad's approach is too harsh, like that could also be because his dad just doesn't know what's going on. So I think that what we're looking at now is not so much problems and how to solve them, but more of like how to get to know each other and allow the kids to have more input now that they're old enough to kind of express what they need.
That sounds great.
Even this one.
So that's how that's mom's thought of you and the whole family. What do you think after hearing that?
I like it. I feel like I've been wanting to do more swimming. Yeah, and like I'm excited for beach trips this summer. Plus Dad says that like swimming is like not as hard on like my joints, I think, or yeah, so it's like it won't like get me hurt, so I can still do gymnastics. So that would be fun. And yeah, like shopping, like with Mom, but like yeah, like what she was saying of like I'm gonna be like older, and yeah, just like yeah.
It's really cool, but you can still do what you like and also explore some other things with Mom, group shopping, and excited about growing up. It's cool. I just want to check in terms of your relationship in Brandon. Of course, the switching role seems like working so well, but moving forward, I want to hear how would you want to play your role in Brandon's life, and at the same time, it's like juggling between the kids and even like your role as a wife also.
Yeah. I think what I've learned this week is that I don't really know what Brandon needs from me. I don't know entirely that he's at an age where he knows either. But I think that as his relationship with his dad builds, I can kind of see what else he might be needing. It's hard to have everything fixed in a week. or even 2 weeks,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
since like he's still a teenager. He still doesn't want to listen to his mom. He still doesn't want to sit down and tell me about all his feelings. Like, but he's also the first high schooler I've ever raised. So I think it's just gonna have to be a learning process for both of us. But I think if I can step back from that, like, assistant principal, disciplinarian perspective, I can be a little more amenable to what he might want or need. Like, seeing what he thinks is fun, seeing where he does want to engage, and encouraging more of that.
Okay. Sounds like you still want to get involved in his life, but
Absolutely, yeah.
you were not sure how, or in what way, or what he wants from you.
Yeah. I can't go with him to go set fires in a park. That's what he wants to do. But if he's having enough fun with his dad, or if he learns new activities, or if he likes the weight training with the family, we could also see how beach trips go. I've never known him to turn out down the beach. Maybe he will, I don't know. I don't know. I think we just have to take it one day at a time.
Sure.
For him and me.
Yeah. It may not be like something that you could figure out in a week, like what you said, but is there any way that you could try to find out how can you best support him?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what my goal is. Yeah. Just finding what support he needs, and what support his dad is better for, and what support I'm better for him.
Well, that part is really impressive. I'm hearing that both of you, your husband and you, trying to figure out what role could you play in the kid's life.
Yeah,
That sounds like a shifting.
I think it is.
Is this something that you would see, like you want to like reinforce more in the future, or how would you want to keep all of this going?
I think that being more intentional about having girl time is an important thing, and I think that it was really important that it allowed the boys to go have boy time with their dad, rather than always having mom looking over their shoulder. I think helped everyone in the house kind of relax. So I think setting apart time for the boys to be boys and for us to have girl time is good. I also think that having intentional time as a family that the kids have input on, rather than me planning it, maybe having it as like, okay, tonight's the night that Mom and Sophia both get to decide what we're gonna do for an activity, or tonight's the night that like Travis and Brandon are deciding what we're doing.
Yeah, you get the kids to get involved in decision making so far, and so far it has been so good, right?
I think this week has been, at least the part that I've seen was more about Sophia's decision making, but again, I don't know what the boys got up to. It sounded like they were all colluding, and then they all just like up and left. So maybe that was also collaborative. I hope it was. I think that could be really good.
How will you know?
How will I know if that was collaborative?
Yeah.
I don't think I get to, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. Like, I didn't ask my husband what they got up to. If I needed to, if I was concerned about it, I would. But I think it's okay for the boys to have their little inside jokes and their little like went over to mom. Like maybe they went camp or like hiking, or maybe they just went out and got ice cream. I have no idea. But whatever it was really fun, and I saw the impact it had on all of them, because they all came back with inside jokes. They were all giggling and they were all relaxed. And that's a very different house from the house that I was living in 2 weeks ago.
That's
So,
really nice.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you can take a step back and relax and not feeling anxious.
Yeah.
Or like even concerned about
Yeah.
the kids' safety.
Yeah. Well, they were with their dad. And I know that their dad is really, he really cares about safety, because I know how he is with Sophie,
Right, yeah.
so.
It sounds like that's a peaceful moment for you. And you could trust your husband completely to take care of the boys.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. And I want to get back to Sophia. How do you feel when mom allow you to have saying and making decision in terms of like things you want to do, you want to explore?
I like it. I feel like it's really fun to watch SpongeBob together, and I don't know. Travis says I can be kind of bossy, but only like with him, and I don't know. Like I feel like Brandon like asks for like dinners or like what he wants to eat a lot, and it'd be cool like if like I got to like make like more choices like too about dinner. Just cause also dad like also wants like me to eat certain things like for gymnastics. So that would be cool to like, I don't know, like go to McDonald's sometimes. But I know dad is like not really like usually won't like let us. But yeah.
Sounds like it feels good for you to have saying and have some choices to make. But when it comes to food, you feel like you haven't like had that choice of what you want, like McDonald's yet.
Yeah, like I just don't like some of my friends.
It was like another free trial, and then I just waited to use it until like the 2 weeks before finals, you know.
Nice.
Hi, I'm back. I just want to go back to the point that you mentioned, switching the role between you and your husband this week has been good compared to 2 weeks ago. I want to understand what was it like 2 weeks ago compared to this week. Sophie also can tell me after mom, okay?
I think that 2 weeks ago, the house was like either silent or there was yelling, and now there's just a lot more chatter throughout the day. Just like doors aren't closed quite as often. The members of our family are talking to each other more. Yeah, like when my husband gets home, he doesn't just like disappear into the garage with Sophie to go train or anything like that. He like checks in. He's like, "Oh, are you and the boys joining us tonight?" And also, it's been fun to talk to Sophie a little more. Just like we've had a few more conversations. Just like, "Oh, how was your day?" Like getting to know a little bit about her friends and their interests. And evidently she and Travis talk all the time. I did not know that, but Yeah, and Brandon's getting a little more involved. He's still a little. He definitely wants his space, I think, but he's not as like. It's not like his door is locked. Like, he wants space to figure out who he is, but it's not like we're absolutely banned from his life. He's talking at least more to his dad, and like, there's been no need for him to say like, leave me alone, you're not cool, you don't know what cool is, because like, I'm not trying to be cool. I'm not trying to invade his space. It's more open, welcoming.
It sounds like more laughter, more open communication.
Yeah.
Less barrier, less
Yeah.
locked doors, those kind of things.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. And what do you think made that change between 2 weeks ago and now?
Honestly, I think it was Sophie's input. I think it was hearing that, she had activities that she would want to do with me. I kind of just thought that all she wanted to do was gymnastics, and the only person who could do gymnastics with her is her dad. But knowing that there's more that she wants to do makes me think like maybe there's more that her brothers want to do that maybe like I don't know about, or I'm not the right parent to do those things with them. Because I'm not a boy and I don't know what it's like to be a teenage boy. But their dad probably remembers.
That's really nice for you to really listen to Sophia's input, and the outcome was different. I will get back to Sophia, but while I get back to her, I want you to think and take note of all of those changes that you might think of. What do you want to really keep to improve the whole family dynamics, and what other thing that you should like, maybe we should not do that, just to nurture the whole family dynamics better. How does that sound to you?
Sounds good.
Sophia, wow, I'm hearing that you did a great job giving mom input, and it sounds like the whole week was really different from 2 weeks ago. And could you tell me a little bit, what was it like 2 weeks ago and this week?
I think like working out with the whole family was really like the biggest change. And I heard like Brandon even say like he's going to get like a 6-pack for the ladies. So I feel like, I don't know, like that's like, it's fun to like have him in the gym with me more. Like, and he's like, I don't know, I feel like he's like obsessed with girls, and but like it's fun to have him home more. And like, I don't know, even though it's like kind of annoying how he talks about girls all the time, but like we're working on our 6-packs together.
Oh, so cool.
That's news to me.
Yeah, me and him and Travis were joking about it.
And I'm seeing that when you talk about this, you kind of like happy and laugh about it. It's really beautiful. So what I'm hearing is like Brandon get involved in the gymnastic with you more, and you want that more. And then even when you talked about impressing girl with all of those 6-packs, can be annoying, but you still enjoy his company and plan to do all of these together and get 6-packs.
Yeah. Plus, like, I feel like Dad is like also like not so focused on me and like my gymnastics. Like, it's cool like that he's like helping and like focusing on like Brandon and Travis too. Cause like I felt like less pressure like about gymnastics when he was like I still want to do it, but like he's like dad's like focusing on like all of this, you know. So that's been really cool too.
Nice. Moving forward, what do you learn from this change that you want to keep to make? I bet we can use this picture of this whole week as a picture that you want to see more for your family.
I think like being with my brothers more and like doing things that we all like to do would be fun, and like having more time with my mom.
Thank you for sharing that. What about mom? What are the things that you think you want to keep doing it so that the whole dynamics of the family is like more fun, more talking, and more togetherness?
Yeah, I think just what I mentioned earlier, like being more intentional about like spending time as a family, and also like making space for the boys to be boys, and getting to know Sophie more, and seeing what she wants to do.
Right. Sounds like a really nice thing. More togetherness, and that boy having their time, and then also spend time with Sophie.
Yeah.
So it is like not just you focus on the boy, but you also focus on her, and dad also focus on them and on her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, this is really, I would say, a successful tryout, and it seems like it works well. And since this is our last session together, I want you to think, how would you want to celebrate this change or this success as a family?
Do you have any ideas? Things you want to do?
Well, Brandon was talking about how there's like bodybuilders at Venice Beach. It'd be fun to go like work out with them.
I think we can make a Venice Beach trip happen. I don't know about these bodybuilders, but I'm willing to find out more and discuss it with your father to see what we think. But we can go to Venice Beach either way. We can go get ice cream and play.
How does that sound to you?
That sounds fun.
Nice.
With our new SpongeBob toys.
Okay. Make sure to bring them.
Right, since our time is towards the end now, and thank you so much for committed to this therapy since the beginning to now, and hopefully what you have learned and what you notice in our therapy could be benefits for you to really make your family really a happy one. Yeah, and just want to let you know that things may not always smooth. So in case you need further support or help, please feel free to reach out.
Okay. Thank you.
But otherwise, our session comes to an end. And
Okay.
you did a great job as a family, as a mom, as a daughter, as a sisters and brothers.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well then.
Here you go.